Tommy, some days I wake up and I think, oh, yeah, I can do great things. You ever have that? You ever think you can achieve something?
Well, I don't think anything great. I don't think I set my standards that high. But some days I just wake up and I'm like, feeling like Ice Cube, today's going to be a good day.
That's not bad. I like how you comfortably settled into mediocrity. You're like, well, great's a little bit too much. I'll just slide right into good. That's good. That's fine enough for me.
A man knows his standards.
I mean, that's a wise. I would buy that on a throw rug, I think.
Right?
That should be a motto for the next generation. Like when they grow up and they're 30 and they're still doing ice bucket challenges or whatever, or
still having podcasts
or glue sniffing challenges on TikTok. They can look to that on their wall there, your wise words, and be like, yeah, we're doing it right.
Yeah, it just says Tom E.
Well, yeah, it makes you seem like a poet.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's pretentious as fuck. I hate it.
No, I love it. You're like E.E. Cummings,
W.E.B. Du Bois.
Oh boy. You're so fancy. You're a learned man, aren't you? What a scholar. Did you folks realize this Tommy's a scholar, this guy?
I am. I really am.
I mean, when you wake up in the morning, Tommy, is your brain half full of great ideas or half empty?
I'm finding now that I'm finding lately that I have better ideas and I have more energy and I have I'm better at writing in the morning, which is weird because I've always been better at night. But lately, I'd say the past couple months, I'm better at writing in the morning.
Oh, look at this. Did you realize we have a Hunter S. Thompson on our hands? We got a writer here.
When he was drunk, wasn't he?
Oh, I mean, he was on all the things. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I just seem to be more, I don't know if it's more, less stressed or what it is, but I don't know. I just feel like I'm funnier in the morning, which sucks because I did turn down a 7 a.m. comedy show the other night.
Who does that? What kind of psychopath would do that, though?
I don't know. It was $350 though. I probably should have taken it.
You dummy. You need that money.
It was like 5 hours away though. I was like, what?
That's fine though.
I'm going to have to go to bed at like midnight. I'm going to have to get up at like 2.
Well, don't dangle that carrot in front of my nose. What was this gig? Like, who does that? Was it some stupid shitty company? And they're like, oh, here's a pep meeting for morale. And you were going to be their little funny man to tote out. And
I don't know. The agent said, you want to get crazy? I got a gig in Indiana. I can't remember the city, but I looked it up. It's 5 hours away. 7 a.m. on it was last Tuesday. Oh,
I love that selling point. You want to get crazy? You want to get nuts? I'll show you nuts. 7 a.m. baby, comedy.
I was supposed to be in Indiana that night, and I got as far as Lansing when the booker called and was like, "You're not going to believe this." And then he told me what happened, and I didn't believe it. But apparently, raccoons broke into the venue and trashed the place.
Is this place on Bar Rescue? Is this something I could see on Bar Rescue? John Taffer coming in and yelling at him?
It's a great place, so I hope they recover. I'll be back there. I got rescheduled for March, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, it's a really nice venue.
Yeah, I hope you get all your raccoons out your establishment there. Little bandits,
Yeah.
Jesus.
So, yeah.
There goes the neighborhood when the raccoons move in. Ooh, daddy.
He's like, pest control's there trying to find them right now. And then I said that, and my beloved was like, well, how do they know they're raccoons? I'm like, oh, that's such a good question.
Yeah, how do they know they're raccoons? That's stereotypes.
I would guess that there was probably raccoon tracks or something.
Are the raccoons the thugs of the animal kingdom? Are they known for breaking and entering?
I don't know. I think so.
It's because they wear a mask, isn't it? I am going to throw such a hissy fit on all the social medias, and I am going to protest this unfair and undeserved stereotyping of the animal kingdom. You never know. It could have been possums or opossums, depending on how you fancy your animals.
Yeah, well, I know if I leave a garbage bag on the porch without walking my fat ass 15 feet to the garbage can, the raccoons break into that.
Oh, here we go. More slandering and libel and stereotyping. I know if I leave that garbage bag out, the raccoons come. Jesus Christ.
I've opened up the door before in the night, and I've seen them on my porch. They hissed at me and ran away.
Well, I'm not going to get anywhere with you. You have an unfair bias towards raccoons, so, I don't know if I can even believe anything you're saying at this point.
Ripping apart my garbage bags. They're ripping apart my comedy shows.
No, man. They're ripping apart your neighborhoods and homes. Yeah, where does it end, Tommy? You need to stop this hatred right now.
Euthanasia, man.
Oh, we're going to get so canceled now. Great. Great.
You were going back to great things in the morning.
Yeah, that's right.
You had.
What? Excuse me?
Why would that be a thought you had?
What?
Great things in the morning.
Well, sometimes I wake up and I just have random thoughts. And most days I know my role and I'm like, nah. But some days, Tommy, I wake up and think I can do a backflip.
Have you ever tried that?
I have never tried that, you see. I don't know if people at home know what a backflip is. If you watch the wrestling, it's called a moonsault. But the whole goal of the moonsault is to rotate your entire dumb body 360 degrees in the air. And honestly, in all reality, if I even attempted to leap my fat ass in that air, it would give me such a back pain. I'd pull the back of my hand against the small of my lower back and just go, for the rest of my days, I bet. There's no way.
Like they do when they don't land the moonsault correctly or the guy moves out of the way.
Oh, I know. I'm not concerned about that, you see. I'm more concerned about that full rotation. That seems like a chore. However, I'm more concerned about, as I said, it's a 360-degree turn of your body. I'm more concerned about going 180 degrees and landing perpendicularly right on my swell head.
Yeah, like the football players sometimes do.
Who does that? That's not a good thing for a football player to do.
Well, they never do it on purpose, but usually every couple games, it usually looks like somebody lands on their head one way or another.
I wouldn't do it on purpose either. I would have the best intentions of completely landing this backflip. I don't even think in my physical prime I could do a backflip. It just seems weird. How does one learn how to jump in the air? I mean, you have to get some height, right?
Yeah, there was this kid that used to hang out with Abe Falcon and I don't know if he ever hung out with us 2-on-1, I guess I should say, but he was always seemed to be there at couch parties and stuff, and he would do a backflip off the front porch like 5 times a party.
That's fun. If I could do a backflip, best believe I'd be doing it every chance I got, especially at a drunken revelry such as a couch party.
I hated it. I'd always be like, no, and he'd do it, and I'd be like, God damn it.
Oh, did you get the little sweats there? You think he couldn't manage this flip?
Well, I mean, I would never want to see somebody do a backflip in front of me ever.
Tommy, do you think you could ever do a flip? Have you ever done a flip? Because sometimes you've done shit in your life like that really shocks the wits right from me. I wouldn't be a monkey's uncle to hear from you that you at some point were a gymnast when you were 7 or something and you were doing flips like nobody's business.
I was a gymnast. We have it on home video. It is hilarious.
Is this a real fucking story? Shut the fuck up right now.
Yes, I was in gymnastics. I believe my...
No way.
It's hilarious.
How old were you?
5, maybe.
Oh, my God. Did you have a sweatband? Tell me you were wearing sweatbands.
It was terrible. I would run. We would have these routines we'd have to do, and I would skip most of them. I would just run around and just keep running in circles. I wouldn't go like up over the balance beam, or I would just like skip everything. And the teacher, I think, apparently didn't care, and my parents obviously didn't care because they just kept on filming me, not saying anything.
Well, this is good material. Absolutely, they'd keep filming. They're like, we're going to wait for him to land right on his head. He's going to try to do a flip and land on that head, and we'll send it to America's Funniest Home Videos, and Bob Saget, God rest his soul, is going to do a hilarious voiceover in that same voice he always used. Here we go, guys. I'm going to do a backflip now. And you're going to land right on your head. And we're going to win $1 million.
Roll over in my chair and collect my check.
Yeah, absolutely. So did you ever do a flip in this gymnast class?
No, but I used to do a flip into my swimming pool all the damn time.
Oh, my God. Tommy can do flips and I can't. This is ridiculous.
I don't know if I guess if I could do it in the swim, I'd probably land on my back, though, because that wouldn't be good.
All right, that'd be better than your head, I dare say.
Yeah. But yeah, I used to do them in the swimming pool all the time.
Man, we should have a flip off to see who can really flip the most.
I'll flip off.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I said, a flip off. Huh. Indeed. And now we've come halfway to full circle. Let's just land directly on our heads and start the drop that beat, dear boy.
Put it in. We're drinking so much shandy on Thursday. We so motherfucking out here, though. We never been this out here. Woo! So strange when there's a change in the sea. What you know about Leonard Skinner? Whack of the intro, the hot of the verse every time, baby. I've seen the hard times and the pressures when I've been working like a working man do. Got my act together, gonna walk all over you. Pressure pushing down on me, pushing down on you. Shit, let's raise the roof. Woo! About time, it's the era of the rebels. Cloud nine in the air up in the vessels. Generation fearless, got a taste for weirdness. Flow on fire, that's the way my beard is. Hard times, jump starting the grind. It's all good, y'all. Things fall apart sometimes. Let it go, let me know when you're ready, though. Don't push me, cuz to the edge I'm close. When the time comes, ride for something. Or live to be 90, then just die for nothing. Speak their heart, your baby, speak their mind. And I'ma play their part, and I'ma freak that rhyme one time for you. Rhyme one time for you. I'm an island, man. There ain't nothing else by me, man. And I drink enough whiskey to float a battleship around this bitch any motherfucking how.
Welcome to the Miserable Retail Slave Show. We're coming to you from the Pod Shack outside beautiful Bay City, Michigan. My name is Randy, but you can call me tonight. Hey, girls, hey. And that man, his name is Tommy. He's a comedian of some stripe. You can pick up his new album at JK. He's not that ambitious.net. He's not got an album, so...
Yeah, it's funny. Every time I think about making an album, I'm just like, no, I don't want to put these jokes somewhere forever.
You don't want to do, Tommy, come on now. Comedy is in your bones, you know?
My funny bone.
Yeah, you might want to get that checked out. It sounds like osteoporosis to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little.
This is the Miserable Retail Slave Show. We bask in the revelry of the mundane, and we are so glad you're listening to us tonight. I mean, you could, this is, like I said, this is an MRS internet radio program. You could probably even call us NWA, Tommy. Do you know what that stands for?
I don't.
Oh, God. Are you going to make me say it?
Oh, you mean like the rap group?
No, I mean NWA, Nitwits with Attitude. That's us. Wasn't that a fun joke that I just pulled on you? Oh, my gosh. We have fun here. But thank you so much for listening. We are fast approaching, believe it or not, our 10th year. And you wouldn't even imagine it based on the fact that we still have no idea what we're doing.
Right.
But we're here to stay. We're the bad habit. We just can't shake it. So here we are. Our voices are out there. You're listening with your precious ears, and we thank you for it.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I'm glad you agree with me on something, because usually you're a real condescending and like confrontational prick. So.
Oh yeah, you know me.
I do know you. That's why I said that. Yep. Oh my God, Tommy! I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm married.
Yeah, I almost made your wedding.
Well, I mean, part of it. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, how you liking the marriage life?
Oh my gosh, I'm learning new things every day. For example, Tommy, how do you say the word fragrance?
Fragrance.
Yeah, is that the proper way to say it?
I think so.
I would think so too. But this wife of mine, she talks like something you've never heard. She calls fragrance. She said this today and stopped me dead in my fucking tracks. I will tell you. Oh, let me explain. So, out of the blue, she was talking about the bedroom or something and how she was airing it out, and she got rid of some sort of fragrance, is what she said to me. I'm like, what kind of fiend says it like that? I said, excuse me, miss. What was that?
She says it how it's spelled, though.
Fragrance.
That's how it's spelled.
It's how it's spelled. It's not how it's said. What kind of fiend says it like that? She's wacko, man. Fragrance. Are you kidding me? Had I known this beforehand, I probably never would have married her, because that's just
a moment ahead.
I mean, you never know what you're getting into. What other devastating secrets do we have? Then the other day, I almost swore, but we've got, a PG audience here. Boy, oh boy. I was at work the other day and she calls me. I answer the phone. I'm like, what does this woman want? And I answer the phone and I'm like, hello. And she's talking a mile a minute. And I'm thinking she's in trouble or being held hostage or something. And she was, Tommy. She was being held hostage by the pointed end of a T-bone steak. Do you understand?
No.
Pookie, my wife, whom I adore, called me on this cellular here, and she's talking in this ominous whisper like she's a Billie Eilish song or something, and she just sent me into a spiral of delicious confusion. I had no idea what was going on. I was like, what the, who the, why the, huh, the, how the, huh? Just spitting out broken questions like a fucking madman. And she's like, there's somebody here, and should I do this? I don't know. They got meat. They're trying to sell us meat. It's this price. Should we get this meat? And I'm like, what are you talking about here now in my ears? This might be the weirdest event. I can't comprehend what you're saying.
A guy just opens up his trench coat with steaks taped to the inside.
This is what I'm imagining. Yes. And I'm like, first of all, I had all these questions. I'm like, why are you muttering at me like a loon? What kind of Twin Peaks hallucination is this? And she's rambling on, just loud enough for the men in the next room to not hear her. And I must be daft because I'm not comprehending what this woman is trying to say to me. Like, what kind of situation is this right now? Are you telling me there's a man just selling random meat stuffs out of his trunk? Like, have you ever heard of a traveling meat salesman, Tommy?
I have.
Oh, you have you?
Yeah, because I've seen these on Facebook community watches, and some people are like, "No, they're legit. I buy it from them all the time." And I'm like, "Whoa! I've never seen one, but I've heard of them."
Oh my God, I have never heard of this. Like, who wanders from town to town, hawking his cold cuts and salamis? I just had so many questions for this wife of mine. And she's like, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, is this like an ice cream truck, but for delicious meats? Does he have a bell or a catchy jingle to let retirees know he's coming down the block?
Wasn't it the Schwann's man when we were kids?
We had a Schwann's. We dabbled in some Schwann's. Yeah. That seemed like a legit operation. This seems like shady as all get out. I'm like, does this man even have a giant ham on the side of his truck? That's what I'm concerned with. Or is that out of the back of his Buick? Because they don't fly with me, sister, What kind of man is driven to market his meats by knocking on random doors?
I'm telling you.
That's got to be a hard knock life. Like, do certain houses look like meat houses? How do you determine which door you're going to come a knocking on? Yeah, indeed.
So what'd you buy?
Well, my second question is, and you let this man into our house? Like, you let some random strangers into our house with suitcase full of meats or whatever? And then I wanted to know, was he wearing a suit or a butcher's outfit? You know, just this bloody apron with a 5 o'clock shadow. I'm not sure which one I'd be more intimidated by, quite honestly. Which would be more freaky outy? The bit bloody apron man or the suit man?
I'd say the suit man.
The suit man, indeed. I would say that also. I'm like, has he got a fedora on? What's the deal?
What was he wearing?
I don't know. I didn't ask. I was too confused. This is those things you think about afterwards, you know?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Because I never had a chance to ask her because I divorced her right on the spot. I'm like, why are you getting this meat man in the house here? You know, we can't have this.
Did you guys buy anything?
Well, she's asking me, you know, should we do this? And I'm like, I don't know what the proper answer is. My mind is still spinning. I'm still trying to comprehend a man selling meat door to door.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm like, can we find out where this man actually gets these meats from? Can we do an investigation real quick? Because I don't want to mess with these meats if he's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre citizen. I don't want to eat no Bruce. You ever tried to eat a man named Bruce? So stringy, these Bruces. You can't eat a man named Bruce. Gets stuck right betwixt your teeth.
Now, Ralph's
are a different story. They're a meaty sort. They go down right. You try a Ralph, you'll never be disappointed. That's what I've learned.
Well, Ralph will make you Ralph.
You think so?
I think every once in a while. You got to depend on how you cook it.
I've cooked a Ralph well done before, and it was pretty satisfying, I might say.
You like your meat well done? What kind of monster are you?
No, I used to like it well done. Now I'm more of a medium rare sort of fella.
Yeah, 100%. When we were little, we had steaks like maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, you know, quite often.
Yeah, same.
And I always hated steak. I was like, this is disgusting. Give me all the ketchup in the world, or I'm not going to eat this.
Ketchup with your steak? Are you out of your mind? Maybe if you're eating a Bruce, but never with a Ralph T-bone.
Because my parents like them like seared and well done, and I'm like,
oh my God, is that a generational thing? Is that a parent thing? Am I going to succumb to the well done era of life? Because my parents were the same fucking way. They wanted all their meat stuff well done. There could be no pink on the inside.
Yeah, it's I know. And then I turned like 17, and all my friends were like, no, that's not how you eat steak. And I'm like, steak's disgusting. And they're like, try this. And I was like, oh, well, it's not so bad that way.
Oh,
and
my God. Tommy raged against the meats.
And still to this day, every once in a while, the topic will come up, and I'll be like, yeah, I had a medium rare burger the other day. And my mom will be like, oh, no. I'm fine. I swear to God, I'm fine.
I like it, Tommy. Finding new and different ways every day to disappoint your parents. I appreciate that about you.
Don't even get my mom going on the cookie dough.
She's not a fan of you eating raw cookie dough.
No, and I've done it since I'm like 5, and it's never hurt me.
Well, it'll give you cancer of the intestine or something.
Oh no, it's not supposed to do that. Just supposed to give you salmonella.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
You've probably had that already once or twice.
I think so.
Yeah, probably.
There's a new place going in by the restaurant I work at called Weird Dough, and it's edible cookie dough.
Weird Dough, I like that.
Yeah, I'm going to be there every day. Give me 6 pounds of Weird Dough.
What a fascinating business model.
Yeah.
Who's calling? There's a random phone in the basement in the pod shack, and it's calling. Anyways.
Uh-oh. Is it a landline?
No, it's a random cellular telephone. Anyways.
Please. It's like, last offer, 6 steaks for $10.
Do it. Take it or leave it. I like the idea of your friends at 17 not introducing you to alcohol or hard drugs or even marijuana. They're like, try this well done steak. And you're like, I don't think I should. Try it.
Steak, yeah.
Okay, but don't tell my parents.
Just say no.
Just say no to well done meat.
No, it's the medium rare. My parents always cooked it well done.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Okay.
You know, I fucked up the bit, didn't I? That's what I did.
Yeah, you did.
God damn it. That's what I do. I ruin things. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Like it's funny because still to this day they don't understand that you can eat that stuff and be okay.
You can be fine.
Chicken. I would do chicken.
Well, you don't want to mess with the chicken.
Yeah. They say lamb's okay though.
Well, I've heard those rumors about that lamb.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the Meat Show, inspired by the fucking Meat Man, my favorite Mega Man villain, I think. So guess what? Yeah, we pulled the trigger and bought some meat, and
what'd you get?
Whatever he had in his suitcase, we bought it all.
Just freaked out.
Yeah, just get it all.
$649.
Pretty fucking close to that, yeah. So we had some of it the other day, some chicken. There was also some chicken in there, and it was pretty good. So
okay.
Hopefully it's not a total bust. What a weird experiment to buy meat from a random stranger who went knocking on your door.
Did he have a business card?
I don't know. Probably. I had all these questions when I got home. I did not ask if he had a business card. I think he did. I think it was from a company that exists in real life. I couldn't tell you the name of it to save my existence, but I think they're legit. I should hope so. Otherwise, we're just eating some random citizens, and you know, that's fine. That's how it begins. Our origin story.
Down the road, like clothes, so we had to figure out who can buy all this meat.
Yeah, what a wild, ridiculous idea, selling meats. Also a wild idea. Have you seen the previews, speaking of wild, ridiculous ideas, for this dumb movie that's coming out called Moonfall? And it's about the fucking moon and how it wants to run right into this planet Earth. Have you seen this?
No.
Thank God you haven't, because what a dumb idea.
It sure sounds like it.
Is this all we have is dumb ideas anymore? This is the stupidest idea. It's not even, it doesn't even look like it would be like a fun, let's get drunk and watch this B movie. It's being played straight from what I can tell by the trailer. Like, oh, this disasters, tidal waves. Oh my God. Shut up.
Like Sharknado.
But with a giant moon. Yeah.
Mac the Knife.
Mac Tonight versus the Earth. I would watch that movie. A giant talking piano playing moon with shades wanting to punch the Earth right in the face. I would love that.
That was McDonald's best marketing ever. I
agree. And they've had some great ideas. Like, look at the Grimace and the Hamburglar, for crying out loud.
Mac Tonight was the best.
There's nothing better. Where's he been? Where's he been? Is he locked up in some sort of jail in Morocco or something? I haven't seen the lad in so long. Must have missed a note down in a Mexican bar or something. Oh, geez, that'll get you your hands chopped right the fuck off. I think I mentioned this before on the old pod here, but my dad and my brother were Mac Tonight when we were little kids. I know, and I need to see photographic evidence of that. I'll have to next time I stop by my parents, which may be tomorrow. I should ask them to bust out the old photo. Oh, please. And also find that video of Gymnastic Tommy. Oh, God. That's a good one. Yeah, I bet it is. Me and Abe Falcon used to watch it and laugh. I saw videos of you. One time I was over your parents, like maybe the last time, and we were sitting in your living room. Remember this? And They were showing home movies, and you looked like a divorced housewife at the age of 8. You're just chunky and wearing flannel and asking too many questions of everyone around you.
Drinking wine.
Your eyes just have that hint that they might burst into tears at any given moment. Yeah, I saw it. It's
all true.
It's all true. Here's a segment I like to call I Like Dogs. You like dogs, Tommy?
I love dogs.
I know, I do too. Did you know I had a dog? I don't know if we ever talked about this.
I think you told me you had a dog once.
Really? Like recently?
Yeah, like not that you had a dog recently, but as a child, and I think you told me recently.
Okay, yeah. Well, I have a dog currently. Did you not know this about me? Are we even friends?
Yeah, you told me it's like a blue tick hound or something.
A blue tick hound, a blue heeler, an Australian cattle dog. Yes.
Well, at least I got the first name right.
Yes. So this dog of mine is a smart beauty. She catches on to everything real quick. She's about 6 months old, and she's finding her place in this universe, I dare say. She's finding her role. These Australian cattle dogs, they have to have work, you see. They were bred to do work. They were bred to take large herds of humongous animals across the countryside, and that instinct has been left in every subsequent generation. So they have to have a job in order to feel fulfilled. And
not like
you. You can just loaf around all day. My dog has more of a work ethic than you do, Tommy Thompson.
I believe it. Working like a dog.
Absolutely. So this pup, I think she's decided she's a guard dog finally. And so the things about these Australian cattle dogs, they're very loyal and very protective. And we knew this. So we got her at 2 months of age, and we decided early on we were going to socialize her as much as possible, get around all the people, all the other animals, all the dogs possible, so she's not an aggressive son of a bitch to everybody.
Right.
And it worked out well, a little bit too well, because, you'd let her outside and she'd run over to any random neighbor and immediately flop on the ground for belly rubs. Now, I do the same thing, and maybe she learned that from me, but, that's not what you want from a guard dog.
That's true. What'd you name this dog?
Ruby. We talked about this. Now I remember. We talked about this, and you forgot, and I hate you for it.
Well, do I ever remember anything?
That's a valid fact. You suffer from being dropped on your head at a young age. When you're doing gymnastic backflips, you landed straight on your head.
Yeah, that's true.
You did the classic 180 and not 360.
There is a home video, and I wish I could find it. I've seen it. I haven't seen it in years. Abe Falcon has witnessed this. Me and my dad are wrestling because I used to want to pretend that the living room was a wrestling ring.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you? I hope he gave you a pile driver, didn't he?
I came running down the hallway as fast as I could, and I ran at him, and he ducked, and I flipped over him, and I landed right on my head, and then the video cuts out.
Yes.
And it looks like I snapped my neck 100%.
That's amazing. What the video didn't show is your dad dropping 5 elbows in a row right on your prone body.
Get up, you pussy.
Yeah. Get up. Callous up. Stop being so sensitive.
It's awesome, though. He timed it perfectly. I was trying to clothesline him, and he just ducked, and man, I went flying.
Oh, that's great. So I think finally she's discovered her bark. It comes a time in every young dog's life where they have to discover their bark.
Yeah, it's like adolescence, right?
I guess. So the first bark came randomly late at night. I was down in the pod shack, probably doing a hilarious podcast of some sort, and I hear a ruckus up the stairs. And I go up there, and the dog is in the bedroom, like barking at one particular spot. And I look, and there's a hat hanging and like a robe hanging. And it was placed in just a way that it looked, especially in the dark, like somebody standing there.
Oh, that's awesome. I thought you said this dog was smart.
Well, I mean, at first I had to do a double take. I'm like, is that the Babadook? You know?
Slender Man.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, this dog is going to be protective a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the next event happened not too long after that, a few days. We were watching something on TV. We've got a Samsung, an Apple TV thing. And when you're not watching the TV for a little bit, a screensaver kicks in. Have you heard of these screensavers, Tommy?
Yeah, I actually have one on my TV. And it's it's Samsung, but it's not an Apple TV.
Okay, yeah. I have a Samsung as well. I have an Apple TV. You know, in case you folks don't know, a screensaver was created because back in the day, if the same screen was left on your computer for too long, the demon Bill Gates would appear behind you like the nerdiest Candyman and spit bees at you. So a screensaver was essentially a gatekeeper. Do you understand, listener?
What actually was the screensaver for? Were they afraid that like the imprint of whatever was on the screen would just melt into the screen forever?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
Because I know that happens sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, it can't happen anymore, but it used to be a thing.
Yeah. I figured it out all on my own. Look at that.
We established you're a scholar. Yeah. So randomly this screensaver kicks in, and the screensaver is whatever's programmed on the stupid device. It's a bunch of random images of like earth and water and whatever. For whatever reason, one of the images is of a herd, a school, a flock, I don't know, of jellyfish like swimming in the water. Oh boy, Ruby and the jellyfish don't mix. She looked up at that television screen and she went bananas. Just barking and growling and just like, oh my God, I had to turn the TV off. It was getting serious. Like,
you weren't going to have a Samsung TV after a while. Huh?
Right.
Enjoy that thing.
So that's hilarious enough. However, the next day, the wife took Ruby outside, the miserable retail pup, to go about her business. You know, got to let that pup out. And when she let her out, Ruby started barking again and growling. And so Pookie, my wife, whom I adore, had to go out there and see what the fuss was about. You got to see what that commotion is when your pup is barking up a storm. She goes out there, and there's this plastic bag floating in the wind as if it was a jellyfish, and Ruby was having none of it.
Oh, man, but it was really like Kevin Spacey's character on American Beauty.
Yeah. Ruby does not find that shit beautiful, Kevin Spacey, so knock it the fuck off. She thinks these jellyfishes are a threat. And indeed, maybe even these plastic bags. And of course they are. There's warnings on these bags that you can't leave them around small children. And that's what she's trying to do. My dog is trying to protect from the suffocation of children from these plastic bags. And indeed, maybe suffocation from human beings of these jellyfish. So if life is ever like a level of Super Mario and there's squids and shit coming down from the sky, I can rest soundly knowing that my dog will protect me. And that, Tommy, is why I like dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. I like dogs. I had a black lab growing up named Tootsie. My parents got her for me when I was about 6 months old. She died when I was 13.
And she's been on your arm ever since.
When I was 18, yes. Since I was 18, I believe she was my second tattoo. Maybe third, but yeah. Yeah, so Tootsie was an award-winning Frisbee champion dog and just the best dog ever. So she still visits me in my dreams.
Wait, what?
Well, I still dream about her sometimes.
No, not that. She was a disc golf champion? Is that what you said to me?
Frisbee champion.
Is this real?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they used to have championships around Michigan. I think there was national. We never went nationals. I think she placed every year. I don't know if she actually won. I think she might have won one year, but I know there was this dog that won almost every single year. So I don't know if Tootsie ever beat her, but I know she came damn close. I know she's at least took second. Quite a few.
That's when you have to hire your Uncle Dark Carl. For whatever reason, they call him Dark Carl. And you hire him, give him like $20, and he'd probably go around and break that dog's kneecaps. And Tootsie probably would have won that championship, I feel.
She was great. Her and my dad had a lot of tricks, like he'd do the whole like put it on his head and flip it around backwards, and she would jump over him. And yeah, they had a lot of jump. She probably jumped. I bet you her nose was close to 10 feet in the air a few times.
At least, maybe 20 even. And then she did the hokey pokey and she turned herself about. That's what it's all about.
So, yeah. I remember one time we left her at Buell Lake, which is close to your parents' abode. We went fishing and we got back in my dad's van and we were driving down the road and my dad goes, "Holy shit!" And he looked in the mirror, so I looked in my mirror and Tootsie's running behind us.
Oh man,
ears are flapping in the wind.
Oh,
yeah, poor Tootsie.
Yeah, she probably just wanted to bite the shit out of you for leaving her. That's all it was. She's like, "I'm gonna get these assholes and I'm gonna give them such a biting."
She never bit me. She was a good dog. She bit a dog before for biting me. That was cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what you get. You bite a Tommy, you get bit.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. She disappeared a lot. She used to jump fences. So one time she came back with a super bloody paw. We never knew what happened. I don't know. She was like, couldn't walk on it for a few days. I don't know. That's Tootsie.
Just a rogue of the highest order.
I guess so.
I guess so too. We're going to take a quick short break. And we're going to learn our own. We're going to try to train Tommy into becoming a Frisbee champ. Let's see if he can leap up into that air, get his nose 10 feet up and grab that Frisbee in his mouth. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick short. You're listening to the Miserable Retail Slave Show.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
There's nothing more refreshing than tuning into the Miserable Retail Slave podcast. Well, except for a heckler at one of Fat Tommy's wannabe comedy shows. Have you ever seen Tommy? He's a mixture of cow shit, a millennial, and a hipster, all thrown into a burlap sack, mixed up to make his bubble fat fucking slob ass. Fuck that guy. Anyways, back to the task at hand. Hyping the Miserable Retail Slave podcast. Listen to this show. Trust me, it's that good. Even the Tommy part. So don't sit around like a fat-ass Tommy. Just listen to this great and original material that these guys put out. Trust me, I endorse this podcast 100%. This is your neighborhood hype man. Over and out, let me tell you.
To this shit. Well, I'm a king of the lion, spirit forged of the iron, where with thought of the wolves and lyrics born in the silence. You've been used to some bullshit, now you're hearing some science. Stare my fears up in the face with the sheerest defiance. Keep it weird till I die, that's my shit. And if they're hating, I'ma hit them with the fiercest of kindness. I can peer in your eyes and see we clearly divided by the way that you're hiding. Come on, unleash the vibrance for the dearly departed. We ain't just merely surviving. And I ain't talking about some planes when I'm saying I'm fly, but this dream is so lucid and I'm making these movements I ain't never made. Maybe I just been afraid.
Welcome back to the sausage. How's everybody doing tonight? Do us a great big favor. Go to that Facebook.com. Search Miserable Retail Slave. Join our Facebook group, which has been kind of like defunct. Like, who checks Facebook.com anymore? So if you don't like that, go to that Twitter.com. Follow me at mretailslave. You understand? And honestly, if you like what you hear, the best thing you could possibly do is suggest this program to a friend of yours who, I don't know, might enjoy having a good time on their way to work in the morning. That's what we're all about, you see. What? What do you...
The perfect, what is it? The perfect, what those writers call us.
Oh, my God. David, the producer, and Julia Miranda from the Unwritable Rant podcast once called us the perfect soundtrack to driveway drinking. So if you live in a burb in this world that is, full of sun and heat and good times, you could listen to us in the driveway, but not too loud because the neighbors might complain, you see? You can also check out this Tommy Thompson at TomEThompson.com and find out if he's coming to a dive bar or establishment near you, because he tells jokes on the regular. I don't know if you know this about Tommy, but he thinks he's real funny.
That's my number one pet peeve.
Oh, I touched a nerve. This is what I love to do, is touch a nerve with this Tommy.
It's so funny. Yeah, I'm joking, but I think I have like 2 jokes.
See how funny he is? He was joking right then, but the humor was so subtle you didn't even catch it. That's the brilliance of this Tommy Thompson.
I've never been a jokey-joke guy. I've never.
Sure.
You're not going to my show and hear 3 guys walk into a bar. You're going to hear about the time I walked into a bar and shit on the floor. And that's
a real story. Or the time you shit in a trash can, also a real story.
I haven't told either of those stories on stage in a very long time, so I might as well switch that up.
Right.
Those are true stories. Yeah, TOMETHOMPSON.com. Yeah, I think the world is coming back to normal, at least in the comedy world. It seems like I'm very busy for the rest of this month, and my March is a little down, but April is busy, and May is looking really busy. I have some tentative, maybe California dates even. So,
ooh,
yeah, because I don't want to jinx myself, but yeah, so stuff like that. And April's really fun. The rest of this month should be a good time.
Tommy was on the road with Louder with Crowder's Dave Landau, your good friend and mentor. I would dare call him a mentor. And then later on, he's going to be with Jay Moore from Jerry Maguire in Cherry Falls. And Jay Moore is going to be on this podcast. He just doesn't know it yet, but Tommy's going to make it happen.
Yeah, I can see. I'll see what I can do. Yeah, I was just with Dave Landau this past weekend. We had 4 sold-out shows at the Funny Stop Comedy Club in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, which is just outside of Akron, which is just outside of Cleveland. So if you're ever in the area, go see Pete, the owner at the Funny Stop. He is a character, and he's somebody you'll never forget. It's crazy, man. I've opened up for Dave for about 7 years now. I wouldn't say regularly, but semi-regularly maybe, and to watch him, he's always been the best, but to watch him go from maybe a sold out show here and there to never not having a sold out show has just been fantastic. So they go nuts for him. I mentioned Dave once on stage each show and the crowd went, ah, like an applause break just for mentioning his name. So it was pretty fun.
Oddly enough, every time you mentioned the name Miserable Retail Slave, the crowd had the same reaction. So
somebody pulled a gun. Actually,
that seems fair.
But yeah, I did really well all 4 shows. I made some extra money from some people there that seemed that they decided to give me extra money, and I sold a lot of merch and took a lot of pictures, shook a lot of hands. And,
took a lot of pictures?
Yeah, people want pictures with you when they think you're good, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, did somebody think you were John Heater from Napoleon Dynamite? Why would anyone want their picture with you?
Yeah, I actually did good this weekend. It doesn't always fall that way, but all 4 shows, I felt like I was on my A game. So I hope I can carry that into this week with one of my favorite comedians, probably my top 5. Maybe I don't know if I'd go as far as top 3 just yet, but definitely top 5. Mr. Jeff Dye, that's D-Y-E, and he is super fantastic, and I can't wait to meet him. I only hear that he's like the nicest dude ever. So
didn't you tease me that he was going to be on this podcast too? I swore you told me that.
I don't know if he would do it. I mean, I don't know. I heard he's the nicest guy ever. He does have a podcast called Jeff Dye's Friendship. I don't know. He just broke up with Kristen Cavallari from The Hills.
Oh, man.
So, yeah. And he's supposedly rumored to be dating Claire, the last Bachelorette.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. He says they're not dating. I see you just type in Jeff Dye and Claire and Google, and there's 25 different news sources pop up. But he says they're not dating, but they were spotted at a LA Lakers game.
Ooh.
And he said if going to a LA Lakers game together means you're dating, I've been in a relationship with my friend Rich for the last 15 years. That's a funny response.
Why wouldn't Jeff? No, I know you watch The Bachelor. Do you watch The Bachelorette?
Yeah, I watch them both.
Okay. Yeah. So me and I want to digress for a minute here. Me and Pookie, my wife, whom I adore, have been watching Joe Millionaire.
Oh, is that on right now?
Yeah, it's been on for, I don't know, a month. And here's my problem with that program. So we both intended on watching this show, realizing it was going to be trash TV. You know, how could it not be? It's going to be just the worst thing ever, and you're going to cringe, and it's going to be like, ugh. Here's the problem. Joe Millionaire this season, or its comeback or whatever. So it's got two fellas. One of them is the millionaire. One of them is not. And the girls have no clue which is a millionaire and which is not.
But they know one of them is not a millionaire. Is that right?
Yeah, they know one of them is not a millionaire. They both own businesses. They're both CEOs of their businesses. One is a millionaire. The other is not.
One CEO must suck ass then.
Right. So
people of goldfish tanks.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, these guys are going to be on here. They're going to butt heads. It's going to be this fucking knockout, drag out fight over these women. No, they're good friends. They were cool with each other right off the bat. And quite honestly, and this is what really disappoints me, these two Joe Millionaire guys are a little too nice for my taste. They're a little too normal, quite honestly.
Yeah, it's never fun.
No, I needed my reality dating shows filled to the brink with goddamned sociopaths. Just the whole passel of train wrecks and dumpster fires. That's what I needed. And quite honestly, even the crop of girls, I mean, there's a few psychotics there, but not enough for my liking. And the two guys, I'm like, oh, these are normal everyday dudes. Even the millionaire is like the nicest dude in the world. And trust me, he's not that great of an actor. He's not pulling any wool over my eyes, God damn it. I'm like, these two guys, one of the guys is like, oh man, I don't know. I like this girl too much. And one time I cheated on my girlfriend and I promised never to do it again. And this feels like cheating on this girl. And I might quit the show. I can't even, I'm like, these guys are real life people. And that pisses me off.
Yeah, that's maybe, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I saw it advertised a couple months ago, and I always forget about it because we just play on our phones too much. But we like The Bachelor, we like The Bachelorette, but it seems like every season has become the same, and it seems like all the fights are the same. Okay, so it's kind of a little. I don't know. We'll turn it on and we'll watch TikTok instead or something.
Now, I wonder if that's because the society's saturated with reality TV. Like, I wonder if people are honestly acting like that, or they're acting like that because they've watched it on TV and think that's the role they're supposed to play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think it's probably a bit scripted. I know some people that have been on like Last Comic Standing. Like, I read this comedian was talking about it the other day online, and he said he went out and he did this joke, and it got like a huge laugh. But when they aired it, they cut out all the laughs, and the judge wasn't even the same as the judges. Two of the judges were the same, but one judge was even different. He's like, I wasn't even in front of that judge.
Oh no, that's shit.
Yeah, so I don't know if they do that for the Bachelor, but I'm pretty sure they probably do, or they probably say, okay, guys, we're gonna We're going to put you and you against each other because you're sassy and you're like the likable one. So the sassy one, it seems like it's the same storyline every time. You know, the sassy bitch girl always goes after like the super nice one.
Was that Dave Landau that told you that story?
No, it was not, actually.
Oh, man. I thought I was really breaking news.
I read it in a comedy Facebook group the other day, so I don't remember.
Look at these elite comedy Facebook groups. What the hell?
I think anybody can join them.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you have to be a comedian.
Don't ruin the fucking mystique. I'm really trying to build a brand here, and you're just tearing it down. How dare you? I want the world to think we're big shots, and you're just having none of it. You're saying, oh, no. You're waggling your finger.
When Jeff Dye sees me this weekend, maybe he'll whisk me away to all of his tours with him. So
maybe. I don't understand why this Dye can't be on this program.
Yeah, I don't. I'll say. I mean, let's see how he is. I hear he's a super, super nice guy. I don't want to like ask for favors right away, but
it's not even a favor. He doesn't even have to promote it. It's just something to do. It'll be a fun conversation. I don't even care about asking him about who he's dating because that's dumb. I don't care.
Yeah. Right. I don't think he'll care either. He's really funny though.
Are you yawning in my microphone right now? Oh my God. Are you bored to tears right at this moment?
It's so crazy. I've been so tired this whole week. I've been so fucking tired I worked one day this week.
It's probably because you have lupus. That's what I'm guessing.
Well, I worked Monday from like noon to like 4:30. That's the only thing I've done all week. So it's probably just from sitting around so goddamn much. I did chill in my driveway today for about an hour and a half. It was a lot of snow. We got about 10 inches. So
man,
that was quite the workout. So maybe that's why I'm yawning. But I don't want to do like well, fuck it. I don't want to do Jeff Dye's jokes, and he has like a lot of good stories. But everybody should go type in like Jeff Dye DYE Tonight Show because he's been on there more than once. But I think the one that points up is really good. But I'll just do a little snippet of what do we call it? Cover comedian or whatever.
Tommy covers a joke. I mean, why would you do that? You just told people to look it up, for crying out loud.
Yeah, well, it's not that. I mean, it's just like a little teaser of what because he's way more of a storyteller, but he has like little jokes, kind of like, I guess he's like my same style as me. But he talks about breaking up with his girlfriend.
I don't think he'd appreciate the fact that you said he's got little jokes.
Well, I don't think he wants to have like.
He's got these little jokes.
Yeah,
you were real catty when you said that. You were like, "Oh, these little jokes."
I said he's in the top 5. What I mean by that is he's not like, "Hey, I'm Rodney Dangerfield and I'm gonna, take my wife, please." No,
who acts like that other than Rodney Dangerfield? I don't think you can.
There's still guys out there that are just strictly jokes, and they do get a lot of. But I don't know. I just feel like Jeff's like, I don't know. He has good stories, so. But no, you're right. I won't do any of his jokes.
Yeah,
you're right.
Look it up. He's going to be on our podcast. He'll tell those jokes if he wants to. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm with him 3 days this week. I'm sure this podcast won't come out in time, so I won't even say where. But it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. So.
I don't know. It probably won't. It won't. I'm not even going to lie to anybody. Like the last one we did still isn't out. That's because I have a life. You see. We're going to get real regular. I've been taking my fiber. We're going to be so regular you won't even believe it. It's going to be great.
Dietary podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. One last thing before we quit.
Well,
we quit. What?
We quit forever?
No. We're doing this forever.
Oh, no.
You signed your soul away to me or something.
I guess. Sure feels like it some days.
Yeah, I bet it does. I'm a lot to deal with at most times. We, ladies and gentlemen, we have a crisis, and I'm not even sure that you're aware of it. Everybody's worried about all the things these days. You're worried about COVID-19. You're worried about the climate crisis. You're worried about war with Russia. You know, everything under the heavens you're worried about, but no one's, and I mean no one's, paying attention to the real crisis in this country right now. I witnessed this with my own eyes, and I couldn't believe it. This is a problem, Tommy, that's plaguing this nation. I'm going to rip it wide open and make everyone aware of it right now. You know, I was at the gas station the other day.
Okay.
And I saw this man, this old man, this esteemed elder gentleman, Tommy. And he was asking this punk ass Gen Z gas station clerk with these wide eyes. He was like, "Do you know if there's a payphone around?"
Oh my gosh. Do they even work anymore?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, this is a problem. If you pick up the handset to a payphone, who the hell's on the other end?
Just some guy with a smoker's cough.
It's got to be Beelzebub, right? Like,
you know, I see him every once in a while. You know, I see him every once in a while, but I don't dare put my face up on it. You
don't want to. You want to bless it with holy water. You don't know what kind of demonic device that could be. I wanted to tap this old man on the shoulder, and I wanted to ask him, I don't know where there's a payphone, but do you know where there's a time machine around here? Because I suggest you plug in your flux fucking capacitor, drive 88 miles per hour, and go back to 1984 when there were gobs of payphones as far as the eye could see, every street corner and riffraff bar. Oh, you got a pocket full of quarters, man. There's a payphone for you, brother. A payphone?
You can't do that. Here's a quarter, call someone who cares.
You can't say that anymore. Nobody gets it. That's a solid burn.
Yeah, it was.
Lost to the sands of times.
Yeah.
This poor old man, he's probably still drifting around town, just lost as can be because he can't find a fucking payphone. You can't call anyone for directions.
I could just see like a millennial just being like, you don't have to pay for my phone. You can use it if you want.
I know. That's exactly what this cashier man should have done. Just handed over his cell phone right then and there and be like, hey, call somebody.
Yeah.
Here.
But he didn't?
He did not. No, Tommy, he did not. That's elder abuse.
Yeah. That ain't right.
Yeah. You sending him out looking for a payphone, he might as well be looking for a unicorn.
Never to be seen again.
If ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, call the Miserable Hotline. I haven't talked about this enough or in a long time. 810-328-3826. Call the Miserable Hotline. If you have a payphone near you, wherever you are in this world, shout out to Barbados. We're the number 3 comedy podcast in Barbados for like 3 months in a row.
Bam.
Shout out to Barbados. If you have payphones there, anywhere you are in this crazy planet, if there's a payphone near you, I want to hear about it. And I want you to go to this payphone, and I want you to put money in it, and I want you to tell me what happens. Leave us a voicemail message, 810-328-3826. Tell us what happens.
Well, call us from the payphone.
Or call us for the, yes, even better. 810-328-3826. Call us from the payphone. I mean, if you do that, you might be transported right into, I don't know, wherever we are. I don't know how payphones work anymore. They might be magical. Who could tell?
I think you go to like a place, I think you go to the time and the place of the last person that used that phone, so you just get transported to like a shitty couch in 1993.
Yeah, I love that. Let's write that movie. We need
like,
to.
Oh no, I'm in Carl's bedroom. This is the last place Carl was before he ventured out to use the payphone.
Coming this fall, a dime a minute.
I like it. And then, like, yeah, And then, like, there's got to be a part in the movie where here's a quarter, call someone who cares.
Well, here's a nickel's worth of free advice. If you liked what you listened to, leave us a 5-star positive review on that Apple Podcast or Spotify or wherever you found this silly program. We're on Amazon, we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube.com, we're on everything. So, you know.
Yep. Can we? Are they trying to cancel Spotify?
Well, you know, we are on Spotify, but
woohoo!
Yay!
The man.
Yeah, we don't talk about vaccines or anything, so we're real cool.
Shh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was too much, wasn't it? But if you liked what you listened to, tell a friend to listen and come back next time. We'll be here. I'll be here. Tommy will be here. We'll have views and opinions like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, Tommy will have more yawns than you can stand even. All that, much more. Till we see you next time. Till then, stay miserable. Bye-bye.
Bye.